The rule of cool is the principle that anything is acceptable so long as it is cool, seen as a justification to dispel narrative inconsistencies, among other things, for the sake of entertainment, so long as the end result leads to something awesome. Typically, we use this concept for films, but it can apply to anything, even to something as methodical as Dungeons and Dragons. In this regard, the end justifies the means. However, the idea itself is extremely subjective. What works for one can break immersion with another. As TV tropes eloquently put it, there are no instances of the rule of cool being justified, nor can there ever be. The entire point is that it's about things that don't make sense, but we nonetheless gladly accept just because it's cool. A sound argument for sure. But what of the inverse? For this, we'll need to look at Frankie's fight against one of the executives of Don Quixote family, the bonnet and speedo-wearing man himself, Senor Pink.
まとわりつくんじゃねえ小娘ども。もっと若え男と遊んでこい。
そんな、セニョール、冷たくしないで、セニョール。
俺はガキはごめんだぜ。なんだあの変態野郎!
Designs in One Piece follow a template. If Ichiroda wants to draw the body of a woman, he makes an X with 2 circles. If he wants to have an imposing figure, he'll make them ridiculously tall and beefy, and so on. Constantly we are presented with these same basic design philosophies, to the point that some might as well be the same character. One such template Oda falls back on is that of the joke character. They're typically drawn with exaggerated features and are almost always the butt of a joke, visually or otherwise. Moria, Foxy, fucking Baskerville, the embodiment of a living punchline. With this knowledge in mind, we go to Dressrosa. Frankie is on his way to destroy the Smile Factory on the island, a facility that makes artificial devil fruit of the same name. He's met with mostly a bunch of bimbos and lackeys. The person that is supposed to defend the place from attack is in the middle of the mall. However, Dunflamingo's last line of defense is an obese man wearing infant clothing. For all intents and purposes, this guy isn't meant to be taken seriously. What's interesting is that this man is guarded any respect at all amongst these people. Throughout their encounter, the women swoon for him, call him hard-boiled, and the men look to him as an example of a masculine leading man. To bring up Frankie's question again, who is this pervert? However, the better question is, what shaped this man into the person he is today?
Furare ちゃいましたね。もうびしゃびしゃ。
そんなにずぶ濡れでなんで笑ってる？
私、好きなんです。雨。あなたも好き？雨。
The power of love changed Senor Pink. As far as we know, he has always been a Quixote pirate, killing when needed, dressed to impress. The lifestyle of a mafioso was a constant. And as you see up until the end of Dressrosa, he continued on as a pirate until being captured by the Marines, shackled to Doflamingo, dragged along the wrong path. In that regard, he was never saved. It was through his relationship with Rosciana that Pink's ideals were affected. The punches from Frankie's iron boxing bring about memories of their chance encounter, the rain of blows to his body paralleling the rain that pelted beneath his feet from that night. We never get much details about Rosciana other than that she loves the rain and hates pirates. You can see where this is going.
嘘つき。嘘つき！銀行には何度も連絡したわ。そしたらあなたみたいな社員はいないって。本当のことを言って。あなた一体何の仕事してるの？うちにあるのは何のお金？答えて。ねえ、答えられないの？あなたにはもう父親の資格もない。
This backstory is comparatively similar to that of the Pixar movie Up. We see these pairs living out their lives together through the passage of time, marriage, procreation, and the separation of one another. Both men are then shaped through the relationships of their significant other. However, the foundation of his relationship with Rosciana was built on a lie. Senor Pink didn't want to scare away the girl. After all, he was a pirate. Eventually, though, everything comes to a head. He lost his son Gimlet, as well as Rosciana, on a night that rained no less. The rain becomes a time of joy and sadness, of connection and separation, and it was all his fault. All for a lie. Something unbecoming of a man. But while the old man of Up is affected for the worse, Pink is for the better. With salvation comes redemption. Before Rosciana's body gave way to weakness due to the mudslide of that night, Pink opts to dress as their now deceased infant. Anything to make her smile. And you know what? It works. From then on, he would wear baby clothing, not for some sick desire, but as a reminder and punishment for the events of the past. Even when Rosciana assumedly passed away, it's not just his style that changed either, but his entire mindset. Senor Pink had become a man, his word absolute, adopting philosophies of a true gentleman, and fighting with honor. When he has the advantage against Frankie, he chooses to face him head on, takes blows he could easily avoid. He even allowed him to win if Frankie were to survive his baby buster. You understand then why he has his groupies, why he says and acts the things he does. Despite it all, Senor Pink is a man worth following. When everything is said and done, Frankie walks away victorious, but now called off in a drink in the future to talk about the woman that influenced the baby clothes wearing, pacifier sucking, obese man on the floor, defeated. His actions may go against his best interests. He may be a laughingstock to those around him, but Senor Pink always stayed true to himself, and that is pretty cool. Thanks for watching.
いつかまたどこかで会ったら酒を飲みながら話してくれよルシアンって